Hello, my name's Michael Conneely and I'm telling you about my novel Sacred Earth. And basically this novel tells of a young man called Liam who joined a traveller camp, a protest camp to protect a stone circle that was threatened by the start of quarrying nearby by a huge multinational company. And I studied such a camp for a period of 5 years when I conducted a social anthropology field study of spiritual forms new to the West. And these particular people were a shining example of tread lightly on the earth. They were very artistic and very committed. And so basically, the young man, he moved near the stone circle because his father got a new job, and he left contact with his father and went to live with the people at the circle. And quite a moving thing had happened just before the incident I'm going to read about. The father of his girlfriend was arrested and waiting trial for doing millions of pounds worth of damage to the wing of a military aircraft bound for the Middle East, for a British war there. And he missed his girlfriend's father so much. And now he himself is having to face a terrible choice. It's the day the quarrying is set to start. And he's sort of set up a business selling whole foods. He's got his girlfriend, the people he loves. And he doesn't want to do this protest to stop the vehicles moving into the quarry and starting up the quarrying right next to the stone circle almost. And because he's certain he'll get arrested. He doesn't want to lose all that and spend his days in prison. And as he is standing undecided whether to join the protesters as the great quarrying vehicles roll forward, he hears his girlfriend's father's voice. In one way, Liam, we can give thanks for the oppression. When they do this to us, it forces us to peer over the abyss. It shifts our consciousness. Usually we're too numbed to act. But when they go in for brinkmanship, this brings up fundamentals. It forces us to act against our wills. It's potentially a gift, if you make it so. It creates a history-making moment, a vortex in which we can act. Magic will be created from your sacrifice. Liam, this is the magic land. And so the boy replies, "Oh, Lou, it's you that I love. I will not betray you." Tears started welling up in my eyes and running softly down my face as the word sacrifice came into my mind. And then I heard the God speaking to me as if I were his son. We are the sacrifice, Liam. We go consenting because the gods are moved by a willing gift. The consenting sets us free. I felt really overcome by the nobility of this. I suppose my own family is so pathetic when it comes to nobility that it always moves me to tears when I meet greatness, whether it's courage, love, or heroic self-sacrifice. I was moved even more when I thought of Lou locked away for who knows how many years it would be. Oh God, let some other future happen there. He had come to that place of consciousness where he felt he had no choice. He felt he had to do something to stand up to the system, to the military machine. He felt he had no choice but to say no to the whole system. I thought of Lou, who was a kind and good man, who was like a father to me. Lou loved the open skies, and he might not see the open skies again for years. Oh no. How could I turn away and let them trash a sacred site sight when Lou had made this incredible sacrifice. I hit a tree with my fists. I was so angry to be in this trap. If I was locked away, I would miss Esther so much it would hurt. But could I go to her with self-respect if I did nothing to protect the stone circle? I realised I could never look anyone in the face again if I did that. I knelt down and put both my palms on the earth. It had been gravelled over now and tarmacked, but it was still the earth, still sacred, still our mother, even though it felt ruined and despoiled. And then he has a vision of the goddess who calls him her son. But then, to his shame, he finds he just can't do it. But then he has a vision of the god. And the god speaks to him. He calls in the god. I invoke you, I said, come into me. I felt the gentle touch as he merged into me. I felt his virility. My cynicism melted, doubts just went. I felt my muscles go relaxed and wiry. All the irritations and the skin crawling were gone. I was calm and solid and strong, and my muscles felt totally alert. I was mostly in his world now. I saw stags and does, but more shadowy. I could also see that when I looked, I could see out of his eyes now. I saw the way he saw. I saw the great tracked vehicle still nosing forward, the protest line buckling. The police pushing and arresting, the machines and lorries. All these looked alien, roaring, crawling black monsters belching fumes, which stank and stung. Strange insects, alien forms. I hardly knew what they were now. I was so far now in his sacred world. All those now were shadows, forms moving on his godscape. And it is the godscape that is real. You know that once you've been there. All my limbs relaxed. I felt, as I took the first step forward, I felt the goodness of nature swell and flower around me at his presence, and a sound billowed that was like the music of flute and drums. I heard Jamie next to me swear as a policeman hit him. Then I saw more policemen fell him to the ground, and he was screaming, but I couldn't save him. Bevies of nature entities seemed to move forward around me to the music I could hear. You are my life. I said the words, but I wasn't sure if I was speaking to the earth I was stepping on, or if I was speaking to the goddess or the god, and then I realised it didn't matter because they were all one. I had a sense of my flesh weaving as the earth was moving, and the earth spinning on its axis as it revolved around the sun, as it moved through the spaces of the stars. Blessedly, the image of the goddess stopped fading. Instead, now that I had taken my first step forward, she grew again, more and more solid before me. Before, the wreckage of a ruined world had been overwhelming her in my vision, but now it faded away around her and was almost gone, poised to come back, but held at bay. Yes, held at bay. She gives us chance after chance. She was awesome, and I walked towards her, filled with excitement and desire, walking at the same time straight towards the shadowy protest line in the other world, and the shadowy, monstrous, alien, huge-tracked vehicles. The police felled me like an animal. I was confused. I was almost wholly within the God realm, so I couldn't work out what they were doing, because they were just ephemera within the shadow realm, and that didn't really count. It was an effort to direct my focus out to them. They seemed a nuisance. I brushed them aside like flies. They seemed to swarm and wouldn't go. But I got up and I carried on trying, wading through them and trying to tell them, these natural things cannot be built again. Thank you.